I like Marcus Parsons, but I tell you what, I love Jalen Ramsey. That guy is a beast. I mean, he can cover, he can tackle.
It's going to be significantly worse. Now, the only chance you have is if your defense is playing good, you can hand off and play ball control. But
Welcome to the Everything Goes podcast with TAK, where sports get loud, the takes get hot, and nothing's off limits. From game day breakdowns to way too early predictions, we're bringing the energy every single episode. Buckle up, because over here, everything really does go.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Everything Goes podcast. I am Tyler. That's Chris. That's Ace. We are TAK, and we are happy to be here on Hump Day Wednesday. And this is the point where we just had the NFL draft, and now we start to think, man, is our team going to go to the Super Bowl this year? Because I'm feeling pretty good back tonight, baby.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm feeling pretty good. We're going to talk about the NFL draft and what Bleacher Report and all these other people are grading our draft picks. We're going to talk about some early MLB surprises and around the league going and then checking in on people and NHL playoffs, baby. So it is my pleasure to introduce Ace and Chris. How you guys doing?
Awesome.
Doing well. Thanks.
Ace.
Good.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank
Congratulations. I don't know if you want to make it public or not, but Ace got down on a knee.
Got down on a knee, proposed to Brittany on Saturday. We went to the movies. That's kind of her thing in the families. And it's official.
Congratulations,
now.
Buddy. I didn't see that. I saw Ty say congratulations, but I didn't know what it was about because it's not on Facebook anymore.
When's the baby coming?
We're excited. Oh God. Yeah. One step at a time, Ty. We're excited for the future. Definitely got to plan the wedding first.
Tyler's a good name.
We'll take some bets on whatever you think the name will be. Maybe
let's
we'll
go. Ty is back. Look at that. I love that. I was not here for the NFL draft, and I was sad to miss it, but it was fun to look at my phone and see what you guys were thinking about the draft.
That was a marathon, baby. 2 hours.
Yeah, Chris couldn't hold his bladder.
Oh, wrong end.
I remember I tuned in at one point and you weren't there, and I saw Noah, and I was like, interesting.
I had some very bad food that night. I don't know what it was, but it was the worst timing. And then not to mention we had a fire that they were evacuating the neighborhood, and we just basically said we're not leaving until the neighbor's house is on fire.
Golly, man. There's a power plant not far from my house. It's way down out west, because we're out west here. And the other night there was a thunderstorm. When we get a thunderstorm out here, like the house shakes. Like I love it. And after it passed, the sky looks real eerie. But you go outside, and it almost sounds like there's like a jet, like a fighter jet, just hovering above the house. I'm like, what is this noise? Thanks. I'm like, yo, like something like we about to fight, like World of War is kind of going through my brain. I text my neighbor, I'm like, hey, come on back for a second. Like, what is this noise? He's like, yeah, man, the power plant every once in a blue moon, like they need to like just relieve the pressure, and it just sounds like that. I'm like, that's crazy.
Jeez.
It's crazy, dude. It literally, like, you're looking at this dark purple sky because the sun's like right about to set, and like it just sounds like a jet is hovering above your house. But we have hurricane windows, so once you go inside, you don't hear it.
Yeah,
good.
But
crazy. Still, the house shaking. That's freaky.
I was like, man, that's crazy.
There's nothing like a good thunderstorm.
I love a good thunderstorm.
True.
I think what's fun is not all women, but like my wife doesn't understand the draft, and I make her sit down with me and watch the first round, and I'm like,
I try and baby.
I tell her like everything going on. I'm like, these are 3 guys that the Saints possibly looking at. Like, this is who I want, and just trying to walk her through it. And it's the first round of the NFL draft is just so excited because typically day 1 and day 2 guys are going to be starters, but day 1 guys are game changers. And we all kept talking about for the past couple episodes, the top 10, like it's going to be these guys, but if something happens, it could shake up the rest of the draft. And I think we could all agree that the thing that shook up the draft was Tate going 4 to the Titans. I don't think anyone expected Cardinal Tate to go 4th to the Titans. Obviously, there are rumors of him going to the Saints. Obviously, there are rumors of him getting drafted at, like him being the 1 or 2 receiver off the board. But
that's because that's because that running back went to Arizona. That Jeremiah Love, whatever his name was. That's what kicked it off.
Well, what was cool too is the Arizona Cardinals all week were saying, we are taking Jeremiah Love unless somebody trades with us because we don't necessarily want to be here. Like we're okay to trade back. No one trades back. All week, everyone is like, the New Orleans Saints have been making calls to trade up. Totally false. Mickey Loomis comes out, but I didn't make one phone call that whole time. We were staying put the whole time. Don't know where those phone calls came from. But Jeremiah Love goes number 3. The Giants quietly had a good draft. The Jets had a great draft. Omar Cooper Jr., Sadiq, the tight end from Oregon. They take David Bailey, great first round. They need a quarterback. I mean, bringing Russell Wilson into the room to have a tryout or something yesterday is a big head scratcher for the Jets. I don't understand it.
At the end of the day, they'll be drafting in the top 3 next year again.
They very well.
It's the curse of New York.
Did they have 3 first-round picks, or did they trade back in?
Hit 3,
and then they have 2 next year, right?
I think they did trade back in, but yeah,
they had a great draft. I mean,
they get Dallas's next year.
I applaud Aaron Glenn, and that was a really good draft. From the past couple of years, they have had drafts. It is weird that they trade Quentin Williams and they just draft David Bailey. Man, I guess makes sense. How do you guys feel about Ty Simpson? I will tell you how I feel about Ty Simpson.
He's going to beat Stidham out.
I think on film, Ty Simpson's a great quarterback. I think he's only played 15 games, and I like a good quarterback that has marinated in college football, like a Tyler Shuck, like some of these guys, like a Carson Beck that's played over 50 games in college football, right? Not only are they collecting money, obviously, but they're getting experience. I think why, and I heard someone talking about this on one of, I didn't realize that there's like 3 different drafts going on with different commentators. You know what I mean? You have like ESPN, and then you have like,
the ESPN was so far behind.
Yes, yeah, I learned that. I learned that later in like day 3. But why I like that they took him is because as a Saints fan, we never took a quarterback to be ready for when Drew Brees retired. And I think the best franchise that you've seen do that is the Green Bay Packers. Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love. And so you have Matthew Stafford, who they're trying to extend, who is still an elite ball player at almost 40 years old, right? You don't know when that ends, right? It could be 1 year, it could be 3 years. I'm guessing somewhere in between.
He's like Roger Clemens now. He's like Roger Clemens,
you know,
year by year.
He can still throw that ball.
Who's that kid they got there? The Stetson Bennett.
He's not bad. He's not going to be a star. I mean, listen, he took Georgia to 2 natties. But I think you bring a guy like I think you bring Ty Simpson in because they have 2 first-round picks, right? They had the Falcons also. So you draft the only other best quarterback that was available, and now you let him learn for maybe 2 years behind Matthew Stafford, rather than Stafford retires all of a sudden, and now you have nobody. This kid,
I'm glad the Rams did it because it messed up the whole draft. I mean, it made Caleb Downs fall to us. But
that was after, wasn't that? Was way after.
Oh yeah, that was the pick.
That was pick 13.
Yeah, you'd pick 12.
No, but the Rams the Rams traded up. Didn't the Rams trade the pick?
It was after Caleb Downs. I promise.
Yeah, it was the pick after. It was 12 and 13.
But I'm a big fan of like if teams have like a second round pick or even a late first round pick, and they're like, hey, we're going to take a quarterback here, and like they have a conversation with your quarterback, right? Hey, like this isn't the pressure on you. Like we want a guy to develop under you for 2-3 years. I think that's great. And if your quarterback has a problem with it, then maybe he's not the guy either.
Yeah, and I think Stafford, no matter what he's going to say to the media, I think he's he's going to be fired up anyways. And one thing too, they had that pick, but remember they traded for Trent McDuffie, I think, for Kansas City, gave them the 29th there. So from what I heard, they didn't have their next pick after was like the 3rd round. So it's like, if you like this guy, he's not going to be there. You have to trade the 13th or try to bundle picks to maybe get him in the 2nd. So if you like him, take him. And
when did they draft that Stetson Bennett?
Stetson
In what
Bennett, I
round?
want to say
What
3
round, though?
years ago in like it was a late round. It was
Yeah.
like a day 3 pick.
Because now you're
He's a
gonna
good backup.
but
I think he missed like a whole year because he was in rehab. Not. I'm not holding that against him, but I'm saying like I think Stetson Bennett's a good backup. He's like a Spencer Rattler, a guy that he could go in and he might win a game or two, but he's not going to be your starter quarterback, right? And
to draft the quarterback that high, if you're not going to start him, that's ridiculous though. Because you're going to pay him first round money.
Is it bad though? I mean, look at like as a Saints fan, man, I can tell you, I wish the Saints would have done that. Because I then had to live 4 years of Band-Aid after Band-Aid after Band-Aid, still not drafting a quarterback through that Band-Aid. And you look at teams
but you can see McVay was pissed off. They wanted a weapon there. You know,
next year, but you have weapons, right? Like you still have Puka, you still have Adams, you still have Kyron Williams. Like it's like you have talent, right? And you had another pick in that round.
Yeah, but my thing is next year's draft is supposed to be loaded with quarterbacks.
Absolutely. But who's to say that Stafford's back doesn't hurt this year and he retires?
I know, but you're going to pay a quarterback first round money this year and not use them.
Yeah, it's a good debate, right? Like, and you see it across the league. There's a lot of franchises that say that's not us. But as a fan that just went through it, I'm like, I wish we would have done that. Like
we got Dak in the 6th round. He's the highest paid quarterback in football.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I know we brought up the Packers, but the Packers are a great example of it. I mean, look what it did for Rodgers, Favre to Rodgers. There was no gap, right? Back to playoffs. Rodgers to Love. There was like a 1 year where Love was figuring out, but look at that. They're good again. It's like the fans got to enjoy, like, we're not going to suck for 4 years trying to find our quarterback.
I wish we could pull up the board though and look who was there at whatever pick was 13.
Yeah,
because
Lemon, they had the Sadiq guy. There was the tight end, the receiver, multiple.
Ruben Bain was there.
Yep, Ruben Bain fell to the Bucs.
Yep.
I mean, God, I would not draft a quarterback there. I'm sorry.
Also, the whole McDuffie thing, right? It's interesting that the Chiefs trade him and then their first draft pick is a cornerback. It's like a little bit of a head scratcher. Like you got a first round pick to replace a first, like
Mansour Delane's the best cornerback in that draft, though.
I knew exactly where the Saints were going to go. Right when I watched the board fall all week, I'm listening to this insider Nick Underhill. He's the deepest insider for the New Orleans Saints. He's got a podcast and. Obviously, they would say Ruben Bain, Caleb Downs, Jordan Tyson. And when the Saints got to 8 and Cardinal Taint went 4, I was like, they're not going Ruben Bain. They're not going to because they need a wide receiver. It's only Chris Olave in there and Vele's the third guy. And then I thought, well, Caleb Downs, when Mickey Loomis had a press conference the day before the draft to say, we're looking for guys without question marks. We're looking guys that are game changers. That's what made me lean towards Caleb Downs because of Jordan Tyson's question marks. Man, but when they picked Jordan Tyson, I mean, I couldn't be more happy. The
head scratchers was, why didn't the Giants take him? Why did they go offensive line there when they wanted Caleb Downs?
I think they were hoping that the Saints didn't take
Tyson.
Tyson. I really do. And I'm going to say this. I'm biased, but it's not even because I'm biased. I believe Jordan Tyson was the best, not only receiver, maybe even the best prospect in that draft, but the hamstring problem obviously lowered, made some people question it. But man, that guy, if he stays healthy on the field, his ceiling is so high. The way he can levitate off of the floor on a jump, the way he can break ankles, he's got vertical speed. I mean, him and Chris Olave are going to be great. And then the Saints draft Trey Lance's brother, who's got like a 4.2 speed. I'm fired up, man.
I'd say the Chiefs thing I understand. You got rid of McDuffie. You got rid of that big contract. You got Mansour Delane, who's going to be the best cornerback in this draft. He'll probably be ranked in the top 10. I'm going to call it now. Ranked in the top 10 next year for cornerbacks. And you're paying him rookie money for 5 years because they're going to pick up his 5th-year option. It's a smart move.
How would you guys, not your whole draft, but your first pick, what would you give it? Because I'm giving the Saints, I'll give him just an A. I wouldn't give him A+ because if he stays on the field, it's an A+, right? I'm giving them an A. Like that was a great, solid pick.
B+. There was question marks. I heard of this guy, the Caleb Banks guy that they got, the interior D lineman. But they had both the safeties that were projected to go there, plus the Oregon tight end. Potentially.
Yeah, man, that would have been nice. That safety would have been great for you guys.
I know. We ended up getting some, but our philosophy, the Vikings theme, was get big bodies and get younger on the defensive side. So I think this, from listening to Ben Lieber, the former player, now does some radio stuff here, whatever. he mentioned that Caleb Banks could have been a top 5 pick if it weren't for the foot injury. So
Yeah.
he had like a foot injury, then he got stepped on at the draft. So I like it.
Banks is good, right? Like Banks is that's who it was, right? It was Banks, the defensive lineman for Florida. He's a good player. Obviously, the injury made his draft stock drop a little bit. Every mock draft that I did, he was there round 2, round 3. I didn't even think about him going round 1.
Wow. Well, Caleb,
I'm not an expert though. All right, like I'm not an expert. Like maybe like they say he's first round talent.
But have you heard Mel Kiper talk lately? Mel Kiper, I mean, he's a expert, you know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I do like Ty, because I wanted us. We did end up getting a tight end. I wanted that Oscar Delp guy.
Listen, man.
I wanted him.
I love the Saints took a defense. Here, we'll break down these picks real quick, right? Let me pull up the graphic. I got all the graphics for our teams, but I want to talk about this real quick, right? So everybody that I was listening to thought the Saints would go hardcore defense. They had a good offense on the offseason with Travis Etienne, the best guard available in Edwards. You brought in Noah Fant, right? So you're talking about Noah Fant and Juwan Johnson already. Oh crap. Already in your tight end room. Juwan Johnson was a top 3 tight end statistically last year, right? You had Noah Fant into your room. And then the Saints kind of surprised everybody. And they're like, well, we could go defense again here. But instead, let's go back-to-back Bulldogs and take Oscar Delp, who hasn't even been tapped into his full potential, can not only block, but can run a vertical down the field. And I'm just like, okay, baby, let's shuck it, baby. Let's build up around Tyler Shuck. Like that's essentially what they did, right? They went and they said, all right, like we struggled scoring points last year because if one injury happens, you have a 4th string practice squad guy on the team. We're gonna get some guys. Oscar Delp was a great addition, man. And not only that, Christian Miller, D lineman out of Georgia, was in some mock drafts projected to go in the 1st round. I love this draft. The Saints surprised me by getting a lot of wide receivers. They get Sonny Styles, his brother, who ran almost one of the fastest 40s, and he was a little injured that day. I couldn't be more pleased. Good depth. Like they're really building around this team. They're filling holes in, and I'm really excited. They got a cornerback from the Browns today who missed last season with an injury. I'm excited. They're filling holes. I give them an A plus. Ace. These are the guys that you have. I wish they had their names on them, but how are we feeling about this draft for you?
Well, for the top 5 were defensive guys, like I mentioned. So a clear effort to draft defense and get younger there. Harrison Smith is going to be gone. They did.
Who's the Michigan boy?
That's the linebacker.
Fullback, linebacker. So I think he's going to be taking CJ Ham's spot, who retired. I think he can play tight end. Either way, he's going to be a big body blocker, probably maybe get some touches, run, whatever. That safety, the Miami safety, what's his name? Jacoby Thomas.
I like him.
Him in the round 3.
I like him.
I think that's who they got for the Grenard. They traded Grenard in the second day, gave up. Oh God, I can't remember the picks.
I always took him in my mock drafts in the late rounds. I took him in all the time. That's a good pickup.
I honestly think, Matt, the worst team and the worst pick was the Rams. I think that's just a waste of a pick at 13.
Well, dude,
I think it was the Steelers.
Oh yeah, who'd the Steelers?
I think they took some no-name offensive linemen after they had Mekhi Lenham on the phone.
Dude, in the draft.
No, they got the kid from Arizona State. That's not bad. I just think going the quarterback that early when you don't need a quarterback, especially with next year's draft. I mean, next year you're going to see 5 quarterbacks go in the 1st round next year.
There's a lot of quarterbacks coming out next year, but we say that every year, though. You know what I mean? Maybe it turns out to be the same thing.
They said this was going to be a weak draft for the quarterbacks this year.
Not in the beginning, man. Going into college season, they were like, "This is going to be a loaded draft."
Do you have a picture of the Cowboys?
Caleb Downs, baby. That's all I can say is Caleb Downs.
Michigan, Dallas is always a Michigan school, man. I wanted this guy, the linebacker that kind of can play on the ball edge.
He plays with freaking anger, man. That guy's gonna rip a quarterback's head off.
I knew that if the Saints passed on Caleb Downs, I knew that Dallas would take him 100%. And that's a great pickup for you guys.
Yeah. Some say he's the best player in the draft.
I heard that. Believe me, man. I listened to so many episodes about that.
I'll be rocking that number 2 jersey next year.
Like, what has better value, a safety or a running back? I'm just thinking, like,
safety.
Did Arizona really need to take Love when they got
they got Budda Baker?
He's the highest paid running back in the league, and he hasn't touched the ball once.
Oh yeah,
I'll say this. I guess it depends on the team. And I guess it depends on the running back. When you think about like
yeah.
when you think about like Bijan Robinson and how much of a playmaker he's been for the Atlanta Falcons, you think of a guy like Gibbs. Like those are playoff teams because not the Falcons specifically, but like when a team has we talked about it here statistically, the teams that have been in the playoffs have had good running games.
Yeah, but you know why they had good running games? They had awesome offensive lines.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true too. But some of these guys, like you can't pass on. Like I would have loved if the Saints would have taken Jeremiah Love if he would have fell. It would have been a game changer.
Yeah.
It would have given some slack to Alvin Kamara. We still have Travis Etienne though, which I'm very excited about. But I do think a good running back is a good foundational piece for a team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but a lot of these good running backs.
Depends.
A lot of these good running backs, the only way they look good anymore is because of the screen pass. Bijan Robinson, he's awesome because he gets the ball thrown to him out of the backfield. You know?
Yeah, I mean, again, I guess it depends because I feel like you've seen a lack of the screenplays as much as when I was in high school, and that's all the Saints did. I mean, I freaking never see screen pass for the Saints.
Man, you need a good line. You put a good line together, you can put anyone back there. I mean, look at Malik Davis for the Cowboys. When you see a great year,
when you see linemen go in the first round, man, I've seen the past 2 years. It's never fun to watch in the first round, but when you get into the season, you're like, I'm very happy that they drafted this guy.
Yeah.
Because now the Saints this year, man, like both their tackles, first round picks, interior first round, like it's forming together. It takes time and it sucks, but I feel good about it. Overall, Ace, I think it was Bleacher Report ranked your draft as a D. They're not experts. We're experts. So how would you rank your draft class?
Oh God.
Do you feel like they filled the holes? Do you feel like they filled something?
I'm gonna give yeah. I'd like to see the theme, and especially they fired the GM. They have an interim guy who's more Rob Brzezinski is in the running to become the next GM for the team. I thought they had a theme. I thought they made a concerted effort to get younger on the defense, like I said. So I like the approach and I like the guys that they picked up. I'll give it a B because like Caleb Banks, he's supposed to be a beast. I thought they could have reached, well, they could have gotten Delp. I thought
I love that pick, man. I'm trying to get his autograph card.
There's some other guys, but overall I thought that the depth that they got on the defense is gonna immediately help this team this year.
Yeah.
So,
what about you, Dad?
I'm saying A, and I know I sound biased, but we went defense. Pieces. We went defense, and we made a trade with the 49ers for D. Winters, who had over 100 tackles last year. We got stronger. I thought for sure that Pickens wouldn't sign his deal, and that we were going to be a good defense and a horrible offense again. But he signed his deal today. So the Cowboys have, on paper, honestly, I think we can go to the playoffs next year.
Listen, man, I'm hoping for it too for my Saints.
Oh, man. I think both. I mean, all three of us you guys, I feel a little bit better about your teams than mine making the playoffs.
I mean, if we can have the top three offense again next year and improve our defense from dead last to middle of the road, that's a playoff team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think what I'm excited about is you saw what Kellen Moore was able to do with Dallas and the Eagles when he had a good tight end room and a good running back room. And I feel like the Saints really made that a priority this year. I think taking three wide receivers in the draft to build around Tyler Shuck before you have to give him a contract extension. I think one of those wide receivers is more special teams. You got a big boy in the defensive line help with the run stop. I think the Saints, man, they built. I think a lot of people think that they're the GMs in their mind as a fan, but like sometimes you just got to trust the process. And like what Kellen Moore was able to do last year with not even his team. And now and you saw the finish they had, and now the draft. I give an A, man. They shocked some people. They're building their scheme. They got some good talent. Like I'm excited. I think that's an E. I think that's an A+ too if Tyson stays healthy, and he's out there with Chris Olave, who just had 9 touchdowns, 1,000 yards receiving. Like I'm super fired. I can't wait for a mini camp. I can't wait.
Are you guys better than Carolina though? That's my question. Carolina looks good.
Carolina's defense looks good, in my opinion. I feel like we shut down their offense every year. Honestly, I think if Bryce Young can play to his potential, they're a favorite in that division, I think, every year.
I tell you what, the head scratcher of that division is Tampa Bay was sitting there at 19, and they had all the offensive weapons in the world on the board, and they went Ruben Bain.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and he slid too. I think Noah, I didn't even know this, but Noah mentioned he was involved in like a car accident.
Yeah, but nothing was really said that like about him. It's his fault or anything like that. Like, there was nothing legal about it.
Okay.
My whole thing would have been, though, if he would have been there at 20, would the Cowboys have traded back with the Eagles, or would they have stayed there and take Reuben Bain?
Oh, they would have
Because
taken
we ended
him.
up we traded the 23 and got Malachi Lawrence.
Is there a team you guys look at that got worse or that didn't have like the best of drafts? Because the Packers, to me, I don't even know who they drafted. It seemed like they had one pick, if that.
I don't think anyone got worse, but if I would say Arizona didn't improve.
Okay.
I mean, you lost Kyler Murray. You have a running back now. You're on the verge of losing your freaking receiver.
They took Carson Beck.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Which I don't think is like an elite thing, but I mean, he's got 50 games. I mean, look,
yeah,
Carson Beck is an intriguing thing because not a lot of people like Carson Beck. But I mean, think about it. Like, he won 2 natties at Georgia in the SEC. Then he goes down to Miami, takes him to the natty, doesn't win it. I mean, the guy's got 50 games under his belt, 3 national championships under his belt, didn't win 3. I mean, that's a lot of experience.
Mm-hmm.
And say he plays, say Jacoby Brissett plays the first 4 games, just like a Tyler Shuck thing and Spencer Brown. Like, he gets to see what a professional does on the field. Maybe he goes out there and maybe balls. I don't know.
I would never say anyone gets worse in the draft. Maybe they don't improve much. I mean, because you look at our teams. I mean, we look like on paper we're studs, and they could flop.
Yeah.
I mean, look at DeMarcus Russell. I mean, number 1 pick from LSU to the Raiders, and what a flop he was.
I'll say this. Also, I think the Browns were interesting because they kept trading back a lot, and I'm almost like, you got a lot of holes you could be filling up.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to go back real quick to what you were saying, Dad. I think the NFC South is interesting because I am biased for sure, but I think the way Tyler Shuck only played quarter of the season, it was like the best rookie quarterback stat wise, and the weapons that they've got this off season, the weapons they got in this draft. In my eyes, man, I could see the Saints win the NFC South. Will it happen? I don't know. But you look at a team like the Buccaneers who start off so hot every year. We're always talking about Baker Mayfield possibly being the MVP. Every year they fall apart halfway through the year and they either barely make the playoffs or they miss it. The Atlanta Falcons, I couldn't tell you who the quarterback's going to be. 2 lefties that I don't even think are good in my opinion. They lost some weapons on the defensive side, and they lost Algier, who I thought was a really good 1-2 punch with Bajan. So I feel pretty good that we could at least finish in second. I don't know. I have my expectations are that my goal is for the Saints to win the NFC South this year. I think that you can. I don't think you're going to go to the Super Bowl, but I think it's about time you make the playoffs for the fans.
All 3 of us root for NFC teams, so only one of us are going to be happy.
Yeah.
Usually with the odds.
Yeah. Well, I feel good. I feel good about the NFL. The draft was fun to watch. Oh, the Saints too, man. They traded a 5th round pick for the Raiders, 2023 7 overall defensive end Wilson, who just wasn't panning out well in the Raiders. And I was like, 1-year deal for a 5th round pick. That's a swing and a miss. Why not take a swing and a miss?
The best thing about this draft was there was a lot of unknowns. I mean, no one knew there was going to be 8 trades in the first round. I mean, and we tried projecting, and we did pretty well in the beginning on making our picks. Like, I called trades, you guys called the Miami trade. So it was fun. It got really, really interesting. And then when you saw our teams, like where they were and all the big name edges and players that were still there, I was actually hoping the Cowboys would have traded back one more time and got a 2nd round pick. Yeah. Because you had Parker there. You had a lot of freaking big name edges there at the time.
I'll tell you what, too. Miami's a quiet team that had a good draft.
Yeah.
Oh, they had I think 10 picks maybe. If not more.
Yeah, they had a lot of holes.
They took an offensive lineman in the first round, I believe. They landed Chris Bell that a lot of people wanted, who a lot of people said was 1st round talent, that he's recovering from an injury. They got Rodriguez, the linebacker out of Texas Tech. Like, they got some ballers on that team.
The most shocking thing was Gerard McCoy, how long he stayed on the board.
I know, but he missed like a whole season though.
He did, and he still has to have another surgery. I thought the Cowboys would have taken a flyer on him, because they have one of the best knee specialists in the country, but he ended up going like the 3rd or 4th round. The Raiders traded up 8 spots to get him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that the Tennessee?
That's the Tennessee kid.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah, he did fall.
They said he has degenerative knee and he has a bone plug that has to be replaced.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Those are the kind of question marks where you're like, listen, this could hit, but I don't know if I want to risk. I don't know if I want.
Where did that Nessmeyer go from LSU?
He went to the Kansas City Chiefs, I believe.
I wanted him too on the
like
7th
that.
round. If he
Could
was
be
there.
wrong. That's another guy too that I think like if you look at the team around him, like he wasn't bad, man. And he was playing through an injury.
Carson Beck went early.
Third round, I think, right?
In all the mock
Top of the
drafts,
third round,
all the
yeah,
mock
Kansas City
drafts
Chiefs.
that I've done, he was there in the 5th, 6th, and even sometimes the 7th round.
Listen, man, I'm not an opposer to Carson Beck, man. Like if you're one of
No.
these teams that like you don't necessarily have an answer. Like Drew Aller going to the Steelers, I was a little question mark to me. Like, they had an interesting draft. I honestly would give the Steelers a D, and I'm sorry, Steelers fans, but that draft was horrible for them.
Well, they're kind of screwed because they have no idea what Aaron Rodgers is going to do.
And that would make you. I would have been like, hey, man, you need to let us know before this draft. Like, I need to know if I need to take a first round quarterback, or I don't know if they drafted Aller in the 3rd round, maybe.
Yeah, 3rd or 4th, I think.
But I mean, you have 2 young quarterbacks there that can compete it now. I would hate waiting. I'd be like, listen, man, we're not playing these games. Like, I need to figure out what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point. They didn't seem to really get better.
No,
Pittsburgh.
Let's pivot here though, because we're at the 30 mark here. Before we go into baseball, Ace, I know you really want to talk about your Wild. You're
one of the best teams in hockey.
Playing Dallas Stars. Yeah, I don't. The
Florida Panthers didn't even make it this year, man.
Oh, no wonder. Okay, yeah, that's
why Flyers about to blow it. They were up 3-0.
Guys been quiet with the hockey talk. We can't.
I know, man.
I have to beg for no. Minnesota Wild are up 3-2 in the series over the Dallas Stars. They play tomorrow night, hoping to wrap up in St. Paul.
Are you going?
See. This is.
It's away. It's away.
No, it isn't St. Paul. Maybe I'll talk to Brittany. Maybe we can.
How far is St. Paul from you? Is that close?
It's like 40 minutes.
Oh, that's like me driving to work. It's nothing.
Oh God,
40 minutes is down the road for me.
Oh God, yeah, that seems like miles and miles.
Drove 40 minutes to the driving range yesterday.
It's on the other side of the cities, but I mean, frankly,
is that where the Twins field is too?
So St. Paul is east. It's Minneapolis is closer to me. Minneapolis is where the
Twins because you said the Vikings game is like a throwaway, isn't it?
Dude, the NHL got
not
it wrong,
anymore.
The NHL, they messed up this. They have to go to seeding, man. You can't have the 2 best teams in the league over 100 points each playing each other in their first round.
That's what we've been saying. So Ty, the 3 best teams are all in one division.
Yeah, Colorado, Minnesota, and Dallas.
Yeah, Colorado, Dallas, and Minnesota were the top 3 teams in all of hockey, like both conferences. Yeah. And they're in one division. And how I think it was like my buddy Brittany's sister's husband was telling me this like 10 years ago. They did it where 1 through 4 so eight teams make it in each of the conferences, and there's 2 divisions each, 1 through 4. So they're divided between the divisions. 1 through 4 play each other in that division. So 1 plays 4, 2 plays 3. So Dallas plays the Wild 2 and 3, even though they're the top 3 teams. It's stupid. So basically, whoever wins is going to have to play Colorado, and there's only going to be one of those teams to make it out from there.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
that's crazy.
Yeah, 2 of your best teams will be gone. It's unreal.
Yeah. And then Pittsburgh, I think, was down 3-0. They've tied it up now, I think.
No, it's 3-2. So, it's 3-2.
3-2. Sorry, 3-2.
It's in Philly tonight. But you know what? I honestly think Pittsburgh, they figured out Philly because Philly's defense was amazing in the first 3 games. They held Pittsburgh to 2 shots in one of the periods. I mean, they were just lights out, the defense. And then the last couple of games, man, Philly's just laying eggs. But the thing is no one expected the Flyers to be there this year. So I'm glad what direction they're going.
Yeah.
Well, and that's Utah, too. Wasn't Utah an expansion team and somehow they made?
Yeah, it's just like the Vegas Knights, man. The first year that they were made.
Okay, Austin. Well, I'll never give you. I don't even want to hear it. Now you want to show up. Now you want to show up in the chat. I haven't seen you in a long time.
I was
your old ass Penguins team.
Well, I was at the range yesterday. My buddy's a Celtics fan. He was watching the game, and I said, "Hey, what's the score?" My other buddy goes, "Are you a Celtics fan too?" I said, "No, I'm a Sixers fan." He looked at me, he goes, "Michigan Saints, like he's like, I can't figure it out." I said, "Me neither, man. Blame my dad."
Yo, Embiid's a thief, man. He stole so much money from the Sixers. They're horrible.
Bro, they're so young, though, and they're competing with one of the best teams in the league. I think you got to give him credit.
I like Maxey.
Embiid decides to show up when he wants to.
Embiid's been playing since like I've been in high school, though. Like Embiid's like he's getting old for a center his size, man. Like
he's Mr. Flop.
So that's all NBA.
He stole $300 million from the Sixers.
He's definitely stole some money from them for sure.
He has the new title, Mr. Street Clothes.
Last thing, what we could talk about real quick is just what's something that's shocking you in MLB, like as far as like like a team that's shocking you. Like obviously you have teams like the Athletics are in first place, the Marlins are in second place, the Reds and the Pirates are
the Rockies
well.
and the A's. I mean, they're shocking. They both have double-digit wins already.
The NL Central. I was going to say the NL Central. Every team is above 500, I believe.
Sidney Crosby tested positive for being a crybaby.
I mean, how about the Reds, man? 19-10 leading the NL Central.
Oh, the Reds.
Yeah.
I haven't followed. Just looking at things at a surface, I know it's not one team or one player that's standing out, but the NL Central has a ton of depth from top to bottom.
Love my Yankees,
Pittsburgh.
baby.
How? Yeah. What's with the Yankees? What's the outlook?
They got 20 wins right now.
They look good. I mean, sure, like there's a game or two where they lose, but they look good. George Lombard just got called up to AAA, and that's exciting. I think Volpe's coming back soon, which will be interesting because our shortstop isn't playing bad.
Leave Volpe down.
They're playing. What's crazy, man, is their rotation's solid, and they still don't have Garrett Cole, Rodon, or Clark Schmidt back. So you think they're gonna be deep in the bullpen.
Clark Schmidt's gonna be a long reliever.
So is Weathers, I think.
Yeah.
Pirates,
and the nice thing is
Pirates already in the basement again. It didn't take long. No, it didn't. But they
doing
better than they've ever been.
Yankees got a 5-game lead on third place. So, I mean, it's just them and the Rays right now. The Rays, surprisingly, are pretty good.
Boston cleared house, man. They didn't fire just the manager. They fired, like, all the coaches, too.
Yeah.
Well, and it sounds like the players didn't really have much of a say or weren't really consulted.
You imagine going in the dugout the next day and, like, all your coaches are gone?
Yeah.
But it's funny. After they fired him, they put up 15 runs in their first game.
It's like I heard Joe Girardi talk about the one day when the Yankees were playing Boston. He was like listen, like you can change the lineup all you want, but like if guys are cold, guys are cold. Like, you can give them the pep talks you want to give them. You can change something at practice. He goes, you can move the worst hitter to the bottom, but when it's bases loaded, he's still going to show up.
I'll tell you who's amazing for the Yankees, Ben Rice.
Oh, shortstop.
Yeah. No, first
base.
He's tied with Judge for home runs. He's amazing.
Great, man. Judge talked about it on the podcast before MLB started. He said, who's a guy you could see that's really going to break out this year? He's like, dude, Ben Rice.
Lefty, short porch. Freaking amazing.
That works. Wait, who is their shortstop? Because it's not Volpe.
Cabello, right? How you say his name? He's a guy they got from the Rays or something. The guard, I forget where they got him from.
Yeah.
I think the Rays. Okay. He was supposed to be just a backup utility guy, but he's starting shortstop right now. He's playing great.
He's not even the best option. Isn't that Lombardi down in the minors like one of the best shortstops in baseball right now?
They got some good options right now, man. The Yankees are feeling pretty good, but we're bound for a month of no wins. Happens every year.
Yeah, it's usually June. June's usually our worst fucking one.
So really, the worst team is the Phillies and the Mets. I guess have the worst records.
The Mets too, man. Every year, man, the Mets look like a loaded team. They take half the Yankees roster, they go get some big free agent, and then they just suck.
But if I'm not mistaken, I think the Mets went on a streak where they lost 12 straight, and the Phillies I think lost 10 straight, and that's when the Pirates were up in the top for a little bit. The Phillies fired
their coach too.
Oh, I know. For me, the probably the thing that stands out the most is how bad some of these umpires are. And thank God for ABS. Thank God for some of the, like, being able to challenge this. I think it's like 60% are coming from the catchers, 40 from the pitchers or positional players, something like that. But there have been some horrendous calls by the umpires, especially in like big moments too. So thank goodness for the fact that they can challenge.
We had our World Series out here in Colorado already. The Rockies took 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers, and then the Dodgers said they were cheating and stealing signs. Come on, grow up.
I think the two last things I want to say is it's funny to see that we are now entering an era where the Astros suck when they've been so good for so long, which is kind of sad though too, because that means Altuve's probably done, but I don't care. Screw him. And man, it's just like the Angels, man, they suck every year. My whole life, 12-20. It's like you get all this talent, man. Mike Trout's still on your team. He's still raking home runs. They just can't win. Also, I watched like a Nationals game the other day, man. They have no attendance.
It sounds like the Twins.
That's got to sound sad. It's got to be sad being a player and you go out there. There's just like maybe 1,000 people out there cheering for you.
All I hope is that somebody in October knocks off the Dodgers.
I know.
I mean,
it's cool to see the Marlins and the Athletics and the Reds, like teams you don't typically see in the playoffs. Like obviously we're far from the playoffs, but that'd be so cool. Braves are their best ever 30 game start in the season. I mean, you're talking about a guy with like Chris Sales on that team in their rotation.
Seeing Cy Young guy right now. Yeah, he's doing really well.
I forgot about Sales still in the league for that
Yeah.
matter.
I think everybody has.
Any last little bits you guys want to add?
Shout out Trevor Bauer pitching a no-hitter
No
for the
hitter, baby.
Long Island Ducks. Let's go. Let's get him a spot.
He
New
goes
York.
to every MLB team and says, I'll play for the veteran minimum.
MLB ruined him, man, for no reason as well. I mean, come on, man.
Man's a little freak in the bed, but that shouldn't have stopped him from playing baseball.
Yeah, well, he wasn't the one that was the freak. He was the other one.
Consensual too.
That's right. He was
the one joking around. I mean, he's a little
hey, but he's got messages saying she wanted it.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's put on. He's got a little chilly belly now, man. But he went down independent league, man. He threw a no hitter. He's still touching 96.
I'm surprised one of these horrible teams don't take a flyer on him and just bring him in and let him pitch.
Yeah, Twins.
Why not?
He pitched against the Yankees a few years ago in when he was on the Mexican team, and he did well against the Yankees. I still remember,
man, when he was on the Dodgers and they would play the Padres. Was it the Dodgers he was on? And those two games when the Padres started getting good, like those were electric games to watch. And he would do the whole sword thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Gosh,
I follow him. I watch his videos. He pitched well in Japan too, and it's not easy pitching in Japan.
Look at the hitters that they have that come over.
Yeah.
The kid in the White Sox is dominating.
Yeah. Yep. The Yankees don't need him though. We have a solid freaking rotation.
Well, we hope you guys have loved our beautiful voices. It's been a minute, and man, show us some love and support. Subscribe, turn on the little notification icon so when we go live, you're the first ones in here. And yeah, with Everything Goes podcast with TK, and we'll see you next time.